What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Going straight in, fam. You know what? Before I go in, I need to share something with y'all. So over the weekend, I had an opportunity to listen to some new music. And, I don't really listen to a lot of music these days at all, like any kind of music, but especially new music. I just don't listen. I don't have a passion to listen to it. But I checked out this song called Fresh Set of Dominoes. Fam, let me tell you something. Lolita Monreaux, remember that name. Lolita Monreaux. Cold-blooded. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Zero is one of the coldest dudes who ever picked up a mic, period. See, the rest of y'all don't know because, let's just face it, y'all really only listen to what the people put in front of you. So if you're outside of Houston, you really got to do your research to really get to the good stuff. If it's coming out of Houston, you got to do your research. And, a lot of us, we just don't like the research. So we would take the word for mainstream media, or mainstream entertainment or whatever, and that's all we really know. But Zero, one of the coldest to ever do it, guaranteed. Well, for those of you who know, you know what I'm talking about. So imagine a Zero, a female spitting like Zero, the male. Imagine, I'm talking about spitting like that. And I'm not exaggerating because I don't pass out accolades freely. You got to earn mine. You got to earn my credit. I'll give credit where credit is due, but it's got to be earned. I don't just up somebody and stuff just because they family or friends or whatever. That's my rep is riding on it. So if I put my rep on it, it's real. I put my rep on this. That's why I put a link in the description. I put a link in the description for the video. Check that out, man. Cold-blooded. Lolita Monreaux. If you don't know, you're going to know. Guaranteed. Moving on, fam. So we got a new twist in the robbery turned murder in Milwaukee that claimed the life of a 16-year-old girl. Now, this is cold-blooded right here, fam. The man who drove up to the Burger King drive-thru and started shooting, daughter worked at the Burger King. His daughter worked there, along with the 16-year-old victim, who was his daughter's best friend. Police is saying it was a botched robbery, and the 16-year-old was in on it. The 16-year-old victim, well, I can't necessarily say she was a victim, but the 16-year-old girl who died was not a victim. She was a suspect in on the robbery. Y'all know how it go, fam. They pull a little surveillance and stuff like that, and then ask a few questions. Then the bills, the beans starts getting spilled. The police, in fact, you know what? Let me read a little of the excerpt from the story so y'all can get an idea of what was going on, at least how the police put it together. So it says, according to statements made in the criminal complaint, 16-year-old Naisha Harris Brazil was in on the heist and was fatally shot by an unwitting armed colleague firing at the thief, who was her best friend's dad. On January 2nd, around 10:13 p.m., Milwaukee police responded to a shooting at Burger King on West Capitol Drive. Upon arrival, they found an employee, Harris Brazil, lying on the floor with gunshot wounds to the chest. She was rushed to the hospital but died of her injuries. The coroner ruled it a homicide. Checking the surveillance footage, investigators watched a Chevy Impala pull up to the drive-thru and at around 10:05 p.m. after the restaurant had just closed. Staff was inside cleaning up. Nobody was manning the window. The driver taps on the window and a male juvenile employee opens it, says something briefly to the driver, and closes the window as the car drives away. But 3 minutes later, it circles around and pulls back up to the window. This time, Harris Brazil opens the window and quickly backs away. She begins emptying the register of cash and stands there holding it while shouting back at her colleagues, but does nothing to approach the window. She does not approach the window. 40 seconds later, the driver gets out of his car, armed with a semi-automatic pistol, and begins climbing through the open window. For the next 22 seconds, with his body halfway through the window, he waves the gun at her, gesturing at the money. But she stays motionless, calling back into the restaurant. Suddenly, she falls to the ground, and the robber pulls himself back out of the window and flees to his car. The victim remains on the floor, rolling about, bleeding and crying out. It does not appear that the Impala driver's gun ever discharged. Since there is no muzzle flash or smoke, no cartridge casing is ejected, and there is no motion consistent with the recoil of a gun, the report states. The shooter, police believe, was fellow employee Derek Ellis. During the standoff, other cameras show that the manager calling Ellis, and Ellis peering around the corner to see the armed thief halfway through the window. Ellis reaches around the door with a pistol and fires toward the drive-through window, the report states. Muzzle flashes come from Ellis's gun, and casings can be seen being ejected from it. Harris Brazil was standing between Ellis and the Impala driver in the line of fire. Bullet holes around the window also points to Ellis as the sole fatal gunman. Nothing was found to suggest that the Impala driver fired his gun, but the case was to take another even more bizarre twist. During the follow-up investigation, police arrested Antoine Edwards as the driver of the Impala and discovered that his 16-year-old daughter, Monreaux Edwards, was working at the Burger King on the night of the botched robbery. She would later tell investigators, here we go, y'all, she was the victim's best friend and that all three had planned the heist together. Monreaux Edwards initially gave a witness statement and never mentioned her father, and even spoke to check this out, man. She even spoke to televised press about the incident. But after police identified her as a suspect, she was re-interviewed where she admitted she had lied, they said. She now admitted that the robbery was staged to steal money, and she was in on the plan, the criminal complaint says. She said that the victim was her best friend. The Impala driver, the defendant, Antoine Edwards, was her father. She told detectives that a few days before the incident, all three had planned for her father to come to the drive-through window and stage a robbery at closing time when the register was likely to have lots of cash. Harris Brazil normally worked at the window while Edwards was stationed in the kitchen, so her best friend was to be the one to hand over the cash. Ellis, she said, was not in on the plot. On the night of the robbery, she said she saw her dad the first time he drove up, went back into the hallway and called him on his phone to make sure it was him. He confirmed and told her he would pull back around. She said Harris Brazel was with her during the call, but things obviously didn't go as planned. She admitted to police that it was never planned for her father to climb through the window. She believes Harris Brazel didn't immediately hand over the cash because she panicked, recalling how her friend yelled, "He's got a gun, he's got a gun." After interviewing Edwards' father, police said his statement matched hers, except he insulates his daughter from involvement. Check out what he said in his statement. The father said, although he planned the robbery over the phone by calling his daughter's phone, his daughter immediately handed the phone over to her friend, and the plan was made between himself and Naisha without input or involvement from his daughter. How convenient, since the daughter is dead, right? I mean, since the best friend is dead. So basically, this chick and her dad, along with her best friend, plans to rob the Burger King. Now, fam, it's all kinds of things wrong with this story. Let's just start with the inside robbery. A couple of teenagers planning an inside robbery. What could possibly go wrong, right? The fact that this dude is identified as the other girl's dad, that he actually planned a robbery with his teenage child, his juvenile daughter, makes him an early candidate for losing ass daddy of the year. What a sorry bastard. I mean, you're supposed to be trying to keep your babies out of harm's way. We're talking about your daughter, man, on top of everything. He planned a robbery with his daughter. What a fucking loser. Man, I never put my daughter in that type of position. No matter what I think, no matter what I got going on, no matter what kind of hustle I want to do, man, I never, ever put my daughter in harm's way. What a fucking terrible person. Just horrible. Now, he didn't ruin his daughter's life. So imagine how see, this is why I say, fam, when your tank is empty, when your production tank is empty, when your love tank is empty, when your logic tank is empty, when your integrity tank is empty, you ain't got nothing to give. What the hell is you having sex for? What you procreating for? Because all you're going to do is bring in another uncivilized mutt. You're going to bring in something just like you. And then what they going to do? They're going to end up doing the same thing you're doing. They're going to give their kids the same information you gave them because you didn't give them nothing. You made your kids think that everything was right was wrong and everything wrong was right. So his daughter, 16 years old, plotting robberies with him. Imagine how much other dirty stuff he's done through the years. Imagine what he's done to her. What a fucking loser. I'm talking about a loser on top of a loser. His ass need to go straight to the firing squad. What a sorry ass excuse for a human being. And I say human being with caution, fam. Teenagers, okay. Teenagers, I've been there, fam. We've all been there. If you made it through, I've been there. So I know I've done some bonehead stuff before in my time. I thought that was a career for me at one point. I thought it was a good career choice. The first time you get popped, if you're out there doing it, you out there living it, you ain't gonna stop till you get popped. And hopefully you don't get popped with one of them things. Hopefully it's a situation where they grab you and they shake you up enough to let you know this ain't it. This ain't how it go. I can tell you when I was sitting up in that thing and facing 25, I already know that was my last time going out there doing that. I already knew I wasn't going back doing it. Facing 25 years, I just saw my whole life flash in front of me. I was like, yeah, that's it for me. Unfortunately, most people got to get hit. They got to get popped before they catch their snap. They got to get popped. Because when you're living in a certain type of environment, and that's what people doing, like on any given night, somebody talking about, let's go do this, let's go do that. It sounds good because you ain't got no money. Man, people trying to get money. This is why it's important for grown-ass people to do grown-ass things. Stop acting like kids, and once you bring children into the world, like make sure that you carve out a life for them where they don't feel like they have to try to rush in to try to fill your shoes. This is why a lot of dudes out there selling dope, teenagers selling dope, because they ain't got nothing. They've been abandoned by their parents. They ain't got no dad in the house half the time. They got a mama on crack, mama in the streets doing her thing. Mama mad because she ain't, she been abandoned. She feel like, hey, well, what about me? I'm always looking out for everybody. I done got burned by him trying to raise these kids, and man, I'm trying to do everything by myself. So mama needs some release. So what mama do? Start drinking, start smoking, start doing something, trying to cope. It's no excuse, but it's a reason. So my goal before I ever had children, I was thinking about having children before I had children. I ain't talking about like I want them right now. I'm saying I was thinking about my responsibility as a father before I even was shooting sperm. I was thinking about my responsibility as a father. And I said, I'm not bringing children into this world. I didn't use this word, but the gist of it was that I'm not bringing children into this world and put them at a social disadvantage. Because I understood the reason why I was doing what I was doing is because I ain't have shit. Lights getting cut off every other day. I'm like, man, that ain't gonna be me. Lights getting cut off. The lights and the gas and the water alternating, the telephone alternating, getting turned off. Sometimes 2 or 3 things turned off at the same time. Evictions all the time. Every year, at least one eviction. I'm like, shit, that ain't gonna be me. But the reason why I jumped off that porch so early, because I was trying to fill the shoes of my daddy. I was trying to fill those shoes. I was trying to help out around the house. My mama was on welfare, but she used welfare as to subsidize. My mama worked her entire life. Well, most of her life, my mama was a worker. She wasn't a beggar. She worked. But she had 5 kids and she needed some help. So I went out there to try to help her. And I got myself in a jam. And I had to dig. I put myself in a hole. See, because that's the thing. We think that, man, I got to go get some money. And then so first thing we think is the quick money. The quick money. So we go try to get the quick money the wrong way. And we end up digging ourselves an even bigger hole because the quick money always comes with strings attached. The quick money is always dangerous money. It's very costly. The cost of quick money is always greater than whatever it is that you can buy with that money. The price that you're going to pay is always greater. So think about this, fam. Let's say you need the bread right now. You need some bread. Things tight. So I'm finna go out here and just make a move. Here's the thing. So when you go make a move, whether you get caught the first time or you get caught the 100th time, you're going to get caught. So when you get caught, now you got a record, got a jacket on your back, and you got to pay for lawyers, which you ain't, 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to have no money for lawyers. You're going to have to try to dig up some money for some lawyers. So you're not going to have money for lawyers. A lot of times dudes get caught. By the time they get caught after a couple of weeks or whatever, sometimes the first day, they ain't got no money for commissary. So now you in the system, you got a jacket, you ain't got no money, and Now you got time. So you're losing time with your family. If you get a bunch of time and you got a baby, you finna miss all that. All that's gone. You can forget about it. All that's gone. You're gonna be in there praying and you reading the Bible. You're gonna read the Bible front to back in one day. But you're gonna be begging for some God in your life. Please, Lord, help me. Please, Lord, show me favor. Give me some grace, Lord. Yeah, if you don't believe in God, you're gonna believe in it when they start waving that 25 in your face. I guarantee you that. So now you got a jacket. Now let's say you got to sit down for a year or 5 years or 10 years or whatever. Let's say you even get probation. The bottom line is when you get out, whenever you get out, you're at a greater deficit now because you still got the exact same problem you had when you went in, except now you got a felony jacket on your back. Even if it's not a felony, even a misdemeanor, a record is a record. Once you get that record, it's on. But that felony, when you get that felony, now you just took yourself out of the job market. There's a few places that might give you some action, but you know that's going to be few and far between. Pretty much you're going to have to just settle for anything you can get. Because everywhere you go, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Yes. Say no, you're going to jail. So yes. Say no, they're going to find out. So now you got the felony. You still ain't got no money. You still got to go out there and try to make a way. But now you got a felony on your record. And guess what? When you get a felony, even if you turn your life around, even if you start doing everything the right way, you can go to church 7 days a week and live by that Bible. You can live by it and try to do everything, treat people like you want to be treated, be fair, be a good man, good woman, be a good father. You can be a good husband, good wife. You can do all those things, work your ass off. When somebody find out you have a felony, in their mind, you can't be trusted. Now, here's the thing. The reform you might be even more trustworthy than the person that's judging you, than the person that's sitting in judgment of you. I'm talking about the judge himself. You might be a better person than the judge himself. But because it's a felony, you got a felony on your record. I don't know about that. I don't know about her. I don't know about him. And then it give people excuses to not do business with you. It give them an excuse. When you're trying to do something good, when you are doing good, it give them an excuse to try to attack you and to try to turn other people against you. Because their asses be hating. You know, the haters out there, they be hating on me all the time. But I got my felonies and I ain't cool with it, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, I did it, whatever. I'm accused of doing it, I did it. But here go the deal. And everybody should know this out here, fam. And I know I'm getting a little off track, but this is important. When you pay your debt to society, your debt is paid. Fuck them. Fuck anybody who got a problem with your past. When you pay your debt to society, your debt is paid. Period. Imagine having a car and you paid all your notes for 6 years. You done paid, what's that, 72 payments. And then after you pay the 72 payments, you still can't get the title to the car. And the dealership is steadily sending you notices saying, you got to pay. You got to continue to pay for this car, even though you done paid it off. That's how it is. Not so imagine how it is. That's how it is for felons in the United States of America. You never finish paying your debt in this so-called forgiving society, in this so-called righteous society, so-called righteous judicial system. They continue to make it hard on your ass. That's why you better try to get self-employed. You better try to find something you know how to do. Use your gift and turn your gift into gains. Like figure out a way to use your gift and get paid and be self-employed. That way you ain't got to worry about running around here asking these fools for jobs and shit. Man, you can do your own thing. It's so many people out there, and the main people that be running their mouth, the main people that be pointing and trying to hold people to their past, they the main ones got a whole damn cemetery worth of skeletons in their closets. So fuck them, fam, for real. You got to have that kind of mentality. That's the kind of mentality I have, because I already know we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and I already know that if somebody got something to say about me, point a finger at me. I'll point 100 back at your ass, and if I don't know something about you, mess with me long enough, I'll find out about you. I'll find out everything I need to know. See, so keep that in mind, fam, as you go through things. If you're going through a rough patch, just keep on going. You got to change your thing around, change your life around, man. That's between you and God, man. Fuck them. These people out here, man, ain't none of them paying your rent. None of them buying your groceries. They ain't paying none of your bills. And if you needed a life-saving organ transplant, not one of their asses is going to give it to you. They're not finna give you a heart. I mean, they're not finna give you a liver. I can sell a heart too. They're not going to donate a heart when they die. Hell, they ain't got no heart, so they can't donate one anyway. But they're not about to give you no kidney. They ain't finna give you nothing. They ain't finna do nothing for you. They're not gonna give you no blood, nothing. So you gotta have that mentality, like, man, come at me hard enough and watch what you get. That's the mentality you got to have. But I would never put my child in harm's way. The father, number one job, his number one responsibility is to protect his children. And a whole lot go under protection. You can even put providing under protection. Because when you provide, that's part of protecting. That's your number one job as a father, is to protect your babies. And you can't raise babies from the pen. Understand that. You can't raise babies from the pen. You can't raise babies from the graveyard. And you cannot, as a man, be okay with another man raising your babies. You cannot be okay with that and call yourself a man. If you do, it's something wrong with you. Going into the comments. What's up, Richard Harper? It's not all hot air. That's perfect, perfect timing. Jewel Moss, reiterating what I just said. Say he got 2 degrees and the felony has cost him so much. Yeah. Sean Lunatic, what's up, Sean? Good to know you out there, you tuned in. It's been a while since I've been on live. I think it's been about at least 2 weeks. D Vegan, what's up? Janesta Coleman, what's up, Janesta? Maurice Robinson. Deidre Greer, what's up, Deidre? Black Cuban. What's up, Bobby Huey? Trinidad checking in. What's up, Trinidad? I got a troll, fam. Let me block them right quick. Blocked. Then you block them and then you delete the comment. Let me do this right quick, fam. We got to do this. All right, and that's it. I just pretty much treated him like everybody else treated him in his life. Ignored him, rejected him. Um, you know, did him like his dad and mama did him. No respect, neglect him. That's how you do it. Keep it moving. Supercharged. What's up? Buckhorse DC. Been a minute. What's up, Buckhorse? Doug, look out. Alpha Omega LLC. Alpha Omega said he got 2 felonies and it's hard. Yeah, it's hard, them 2 felonies. But like I say, you got to get your own business. Get your own. That way, because see, when you got a felony, people also, even when somebody employ you, a lot of times they try to use them felonies to control you. They try to use that case, they try to use that record to control you. And then you got to be very careful with entering into relationships too, because you got some people you can get into a relationship with, and they'll try to use your felony, get that record that you have to control you. They'll be like, anything you say, I'm gonna call your probation officer. I'm gonna call your parole officer. Got to be very careful with people, like got to be very careful with anybody, like you just got to move in a total different way. And if you can, try to get that thing expunged. It's gonna cost you a few $1,000s. It's gonna cost, I think like the going rate is anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000, depending on what lawyer you get, but it's damn sure worth it. It's a lot harder to get rid of federal felonies, but yeah, but that state felony, you can definitely get it off your record. You can get it expunged especially if enough time has gone by. When you start talking about 10 years, 20 years, you get that stuff off your record. But it's gonna take a minute. It ain't gonna just come off overnight. But you got people that'll try to use your past against you, to try to hold you back. They try to use your past against you because they're afraid of your future. They're afraid of your growth. They see what you're doing. They see you winning. They see people talking about you. They see you doing well. Well, he ain't nobody. She ain't nobody. Remember when she did this or he did this? Da da da. Like, what did you do though? With your sneaky ass, with your sneaky rat ass, what did you do? See, people that's winning, people that's taking care of their own business, people that's like working, man, they ain't got time to be trying to drag nobody down because they already know it's suckers out there trying to drag them down every day. So they not interested in stuff like that. You can't even get nothing done if that's all if you wrapped up in trying to bring people down. That's your whole hustle. You got people on YouTube every day. That's all they do. Their whole hustle is to try to bring other people down. Look at somebody that's winning and say something negative about it. That's their whole hustle. And some of them actually got followings. That's the scary part. Well, it ain't scary to me, it's sad. Monica Smith, what's up, Monica? Long time no see. Shaw Jonah, what's up, Shaw? Great Blackness just joined. Little Gaming, respect. That's what's up. Appreciate you. Infinite Money Coin. You're not a news channel, mother, mother, mother. Please cover more positive news. So he gave $5 to talk down. Well, what we gonna do? Let me see. I'm trying to think. Is there a way? How do you reject? How do you reject a bomb? Fam, this is what I'm talking about. This is how bad somebody wanna talking about being negative, right? This is how bad some of these people are. This is just how pathetic they are. This bastard is so pathetic that he paid to have his comment highlighted. What a pathetic POS. Your mama should be embarrassed and your daddy should have pulled out. Let me give you what you've been asking for. Take this block, sucker. Nah. Back to civilization. What's up, Laura Scott? Martina Dillard. Dad ain't have no sense. His daughter didn't stand a chance. You're right about that. You can't give what you ain't got. His daughter, daddy didn't have no sense. So he couldn't give his daughter any sense. And what I want to know, and check this out, fam. The mother of the deceased girl is in denial. I do believe. She was in the news saying that the father and the best friend is lying about her daughter's involvement. Why would they lie? I mean, come on, she's already admitted that they were part of the robbery. She already implicated herself in the robbery. Why would she lie on her dead friend? If she was going to lie on her dead friend, she would have just put everything on her dead friend. But she couldn't do that because the police discovered something in their investigation that made them believe that she had something to do with the robbery. So why would she lie? It don't even make sense. The mama got to face it. The daughter was in on it. They're best friends, okay? Keep in mind, fam, these girls are their best friends. Something like a robbery is big. I'm pretty sure the best friend knew. Even if the best friend was not an active participant, the best friend who got killed knew that robbery was going to go down. And having said that, I don't know what kind of mother she had, but I know her father was horrible. Make sure y'all smash the likes up, fam. Smash up the likes. Dante Smith. Yeah, it's sad. Shantae Holt says only $500 to $800 in that register. I think it's a lot less than that. Keep in mind, they don't do change for hundreds and fifties. So a couple $100 or so. But again, fam, none of it is worth it because if you do a robbery once, you're gonna do a robbery twice. You know why you're gonna do it twice? For the same reason why you're gonna sell dope twice. You're gonna move that package twice, at least. Because you got away with it And it was easy. It was easy. You got away. It was easy. And you failed to plan properly to get money legally. You failed to plan how to get money legally. You failed to plan. So getting that money on the fast sounds like a good idea. So what are you going to do? When you get that lit, you're going to take that money. You're going to have some fun because you've probably been struggling for a minute. So you're going to live a little bit. Man, go to party, go to club. Might even go to strip club, throw some hundreds, whatever, throw some 20s or dollars or whatever. And, might go buy a fresh outfit, have a little fun, pay off a couple of debts. It don't take long to blow that money. Next thing you know, you on E again. Because when you get the money, you ain't gonna be like, okay, I got 5 racks. I'm finna go look for a job. That ain't what you're gonna do. You're gonna take that money and start buying stuff, paying debts, might catch up on your rent or whatever. Next thing you know, that money gonna be gone, and you're gonna be saying, okay, let's do another one. And then another one, and then another one. Now, let's say you get up to a nice stash. Let's say you got 100 racks. Might be 1 million, whatever. Now you're thinking, man, I don't know nothing I can do that easy, that fast, that quick to make that kind of money. So what you gonna do? You're gonna keep on going. That's how it go. That's why everybody get caught. Man, you got to be part of the government to not get caught. And the only way you're gonna not get caught, the only way you can get caught with the government is that you piss off somebody. You gotta, if you in with the government, like you working border patrol and all that kind of stuff, and you police or whatever, or, you in the judicial system kind of way, or you politician or something like that. The only way you're gonna get caught is that you pissed off somebody. You got to piss off somebody real high up there, really, really up there. And you do that, yeah, they'll get you. Other than that, oh man, they got a whole veil of protection. Man, y'all know how it go, man. You got to be in with them. The ones who got all them passes. You got to be in with them. You ain't tied in with them. You ain't got that badge, certification. You just like everybody else, and you going down. You going to jail. Guaranteed. You going to jail or you going to get killed. Now, having said that, getting the money the legal way, I have found by experience, may take a little while longer, but it's actually more enjoying because you don't have to watch it back as much. You got to worry about getting snatched off the street and being taken away from your home, your children, your parents, your civilization, your freedom. You got to worry about getting your freedom snatched and stuff like that. So it might take a little while longer to get it. But man, oh man, the peace that come with it, it cannot be quantified. The peace. That's the greatest thing for me, man, that peace. I got to have that peace, man. I get kind of like, I get unhinged without peace. I got to have it. I can't sleep. I start tripping, and I don't do drugs. So, I got a natural high. I trip for real. So, I try to keep that peace, not because, I'm afraid of anybody, but just because I'm afraid of, what I'm capable of. So all I try to do, fam, is just let people know they got options. You can do what you want to do. At the end of the day, I did what I wanted to do. Nobody you couldn't tell me nothing in the beginning, in the early stages. So I had to go out there and bump my head. Luckily, I survived. Most people that did a whole lot less than what I did not survive. I got a buddy named Alan. First time Alan went out on a robbery, he got shot in the back of his head. Tried to rob a dope house. Got shot in the back of his head. Alan was a otherwise good dude. He was not a threat. They could have ran after Allen and beat him up or something. He wouldn't have done nothing. He wasn't wired like that. But he did go up in there with a gun. And so they gave him what he asked for. They gave him what he asked for, you know. So, you know, they didn't know him like that. And quite frankly, anybody pull a move like that on me, I don't care who it is. They got to get it. They got to get everything in there. However many rounds it hold, that's what they're going to get. So, sad. But Allen was, like I said, otherwise good dude. But he followed the wrong dude. And that dude took him on a crash dummy mission. Took him on a crash dummy mission. And they blowed the back of his head out. Appreciate you, Deidre. Bruce Jordan. What's up, Bruce? Donald Davis, what up? What's up, Rick B? What's up, Rick B? Tony Rico? Maurice Collins? Big Blue, I see you. Tony Rico, Goddess Letitia. That's what I'm talking about, Goddess. Sheila Williams, no amount of money is worth your peace and freedom. Yeah, I second that emotion, for real. You got that peace and that freedom, man. Ooh, man. You can do a lot of things. You got the freedom to move around. You can do a whole lot of things. Now, that patience, that's the thing that get a lot of people in trouble, the lack of patience. Some people think patience mean like being active, like don't move, be still. That ain't patience. Patience is when you're working towards a goal, but you are mindful that it could take some time and you respect the process. So I would say, like, patience is respecting the process. And that's with anything in life. Respect the process. If you trying to get a job, fill out some applications and continue to fill out the applications. It's a numbers game. Somebody gonna hire you. Somebody gonna hire you. But if you get weary and give up, after just 1 or 2 days of going out there looking for a job, some people give up after they make one call. And you're just like, man, nobody want to hire me. So it's a numbers game. Keep on knocking, keep on ringing them bells, keep on asking, keep on calling. Somebody gonna hire you. If you got what it takes, sometimes you ain't got to have what it takes. And somebody will hire you, because what do they say? What's the quote about work? Hard work beats talent when talent refused to work hard. Yeah. So sometimes you ain't even got to be as talented as other people, and you can still get the job. You can still get to work and still get to the money just because you outworking them. What's up, Parlay K? Vanita Standard. What's up, Aaron? Aaron called me a workaholic. You know what? I'm cool with that. I do work a lot. I put a lot of work in, but the cool thing is, like, I like what I do. And even if I work a lot doing something I really don't like doing, I'm building. So that's why I work. But I do have balance in my life. I was hanging out with my boys, Ron and Rodney, yesterday. We was hanging out yesterday. We had a good time. The three Omegas. We reunited. We had a good time, and then later we linked up with my cousin Brian. So yeah, we had a real good time. So I take the time out to take a break and hang with family and close friends, and then sometimes I'll get out if I got a friend that coming in town, got a show or something like that, or they making an appearance. I'll come out and support them, and then I'll get right back, to work, because I don't like just laying up doing nothing. I got to do something. My mind be just, just be going. Wheels just be spinning. So I just feel like tomorrow ain't guaranteed. Hell, to get to the end of the day is not guaranteed. So I just feel there's so much more that I want to do. It's so much that I want to do that I got to get busy. I always feel like I'm behind. That's why I be working my ass off. I be feeling like I'm behind all the time. So I'm always just working, but I'm not working just to make money. I'm working because I'm trying to build something. And by way of trying to build something, by default, the money comes. So just to recap the Burger King story, we had a young lady, a girl, 16 years old, who was killed when who worked at Burger King with her best friend. When her best friend dad showed up at the drive-thru to rob the place. The best friend panics, steps away from the cash register, and as one of her coworkers, who also, by the way, had a felony, pulls his gun and to shoot at the father, who is, who is robbing the place. The best friend gets in between the father and the coworker, who both have guns, but the coworker is the only one fired his weapon, and the coworker ended up killing the best friend. Now, the daughter and the father got busted. Somehow the plan came unraveled. Police figured out what was going on. And the police said that the daughter and the father planned the robbery along with the best friend. And the best friend ended up getting killed. And now the father has been charged. They haven't charged the, uh, the daughter yet. She hadn't been charged yet. They don't know what those charges are going to look like. Also, for the coworker who shot and killed her, it doesn't look like he'll be charged for her murder because he was trying to defend the store and also himself. But he might be charged for a felon with in possession of a handgun. So even though he was right in this situation, he's probably going to end up have to do some time. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Again, fam, another reason why you want to try to stay out of those people's grasp. You want to stay out of that system because every person should have a right to defend themselves, whether they're a felon or not. I feel like if you're not going to let a person have a gun, especially if a person don't have a violent past, you know, if their crime doesn't involve violence, you know, with a gun, I think if a person is paying, if you're going to expect if somebody go in and do their time and you expect that person to continue to be a law-abiding citizen and you want that person to pay taxes in full, that person ain't getting no breaks because they're a felon. They're not getting any breaks. In fact, it's even harder for them because now they're a felon. It's harder for them to get a job. It's harder for them to live in any community they want to live in because certain places, condos, apartment complexes, townhomes will not allow a felon to lease. So, and then there are certain careers out there, there's certain types of industries that you can't even enter into if you have a felon. And then there are some that you can get into them, but there has to be a grace period, you know, sometimes 3 years, 4 years, 5 years before you can even apply for a license. So more reason why you want to stay out of those people's way. This dude defended himself. He had a gun. Obviously, he had a gun because of potential situations just like that. That gun came in handy. But, you know, he downed the wrong person. But you could say you actually downed the right person because if you ought to believe what the police is saying, she was involved. You know? It's a cold game, but it's a serious game. These robberies, I don't know. I think a lot of times, I think these youngsters think robbery is like television. I think they just think like, oh, you just get a gun and wave it in somebody's face and you just take the money and go. And you ride off into the sunset. They don't understand how something can go wrong. Like, you know what you're going to do, but you don't know. You're not quite certain what the other person is going to do. There's too many things that you got to rely on to go right in order for you to even get to the money. What do you do if you got the gun? You don't have no intentions on shooting anybody, but you go in, you got the gun because you got the gun to intimidate, right? You got the gun to control the situation. What do you do if you pull the gun and you're trying to rob the place? Keep in mind, you don't even know how much money in there. You don't even know if there's any money in there at all. The maximum inside of a fast food restaurant, what are you going to get out of the safe? $3,000, $4,000, $5,000? So you don't even know what's in there. So you pull out that thing and the person don't comply, then what do? Because you don't know you don't know if everybody's going to automatically comply. What if somebody puts up a fight? Now you fire your weapon. Now you just kill somebody over $5,000 and threw your life away. Let's say you end up doing 20 years in prison for that. How many lives have you missed out on? How much have you missed out on? When you come out, you're going to have gray hair. Some of the people that you love the most are going to be dead. You're going to have that record on you. You're going to have that jacket on your back. And you're just going to make things a lot harder for yourself. Let's say you did 20 years on a murder, which is light for a murder. They give the death penalty out regularly to people who commit fast food robberies and kill people. So let's just say on the light side, you got 20 years. If you got $5,000 out of the deal, what is that? 5,000, did I say 20? Yeah, if you got 20 years. So basically, you got, what is my math like? 5,020 is 2. You made pretty much $200 a year. Is that right? No, that's not right. Man, what is that? I'm tripping. My math is actually good than that, y'all, but my brain clogged up right now. $250 a year. So basically, you got $250 a year out of the deal. That's less than $1 a day. And you kill somebody, or you was involved in a murder. Come on, fam, it ain't adding up. It don't add up at all. So old girl, of course, she's state witness. So she gonna snitch on her daddy if he try to take it to trial. I don't see this going to trial. So I see old girl ratting her daddy out, and I see them giving her a good 15-year sentence or something. She's gonna get about 10, 15 years. And her daddy, they're gonna lock his ass up. They're gonna finish him off. Yeah, he out of here. She gonna get locked up. She already in the county right now, so she locked up. 16. Oh yeah, they're gonna run through her. Daddy was supposed to be protecting her. Now all kinds of things gonna happen to his daughter while she locked up. He can't do nothing about it. Not to say that he would even want to do something about it, because he's just an irresponsible dude. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, he don't care. He don't care nothing about it. That's why he did what he did in the first place. He don't care nothing about it. That's the thing about some dudes who go to prison. They don't care about drag. Some dudes who got like who are criminal minded. I ain't saying people that have done a crime. Some people have committed crimes. Some people are criminal minded. All they think about is crimes all the time. Their whole life is just designed around trying to make a lick, hit a lick, do some slick. You know, that's their whole life. That dude, you got to think like, what could this dude possibly give his daughter that could have helped out? The dude is criminal minded. So he had nothing to give to his daughter from jump. And you got to think about the women who lay up with these type of dudes too. Because they ain't that, you know, like in order for him to have a daughter in the first place, somebody had to lay up and open their legs to him. Somebody had to open their legs and say, yeah, this dude I want to have a baby with right here. This one right here. Somebody had to say that. Somebody had to be okay with that. Paulette, I don't believe in that generational curse thing. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. A curse to me is like something that's like voodoo or some type of, like we curse, like it's like somebody put a spell on that. You know, like I don't believe in that. I believe it's all attitude. You know, because I grew up in the same like family that, you know, my relatives grew up in. And some of them decided to go one way and I went another way. You just got to put it in your mind that, you know, I'm going to be the one to break the cycle. Now, I believe, okay, generational cycles perhaps, but curses, no, ain't no curse. Hell, you might be under a spell, you know what I'm saying? But ain't no curse. You can decide at whatever point that you want to change your life, that you're going to have a different life than the life that was given to you. You can make that determination at any point. You ain't gonna do it by continuing to stay in the same environment. That ain't gonna happen. You can't stay on the same block. You can't hang out with the same people and expect those changes. Some of us got to be okay with having friends from a distance. Just get on the phone with them and talk to them and be like, yeah, man, okay, I got you. Woo-woo. And then if you got to see them for something, whatever, meet them in a neutral place. It's their birthday or something. Okay, man, I'm gonna stop by real quick over here, neutral place somewhere that ain't gonna be no funny stuff. I'm gonna stop by real quick, make a little pit stop, boom, 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 and then get out. Because at any moment it could go down. If they're in the streets, at any moment it can go down. I don't love any of my friends enough to risk my life, to just give my life away. Just throw my life away. I don't got no friends like that. And they don't have a friend like that in me. I wouldn't want something to happen to one of my friends. I wouldn't want one of my friends to end up dead messing with me. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that on my record. How you gonna look at that man's children, look at that man's wife, look at that man's mama, daddy, sisters, brothers, knowing what you did. I know suckers out here who called they homeboys daddy's uncle and have killed him. Hey, rolling with him every day, going out, hustling. And the next thing you know, he done knocked his head off. Calling that man daddy uncle, eating that man mama food. And killed him, you dirty bastards. They out there, fam. Man, y'all watch y'all backs out here, fam. Be very careful. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining live, especially unexpectedly and this late. Y'all be careful, fam. Be careful out there. Until next time, man, wherever you are in the world, fam, enjoy the rest of your evening or morning. Until next time.